Good morning. So, I just had my coffee, so I should be good to go. I'm still a little tired, but we're gonna get through this live. So, hey, Queen. So, I just wanted to come on today because I finally finished my vision board, but there was a funny thing that happened yesterday. So, that's why I called it, or I wrote in the description, when the universe is trying to tell you something. So I'm finishing up my vision board yesterday. I had it laid out. I didn't have it glued down yet. I had it laid out because, like I said in the post about how to do your vision board, before you start gluing stuff down, make sure you have a layout of the way you want your vision board to look. So I had my vision board laid out, but I had one spot left. So I had Oprah on my virtual BFFs, virtual mentors. I had Oprah on one side, and I had a spot for Shonda Rhimes. Dismiss. Okay. And I had a spot for Shonda Rhimes on the other side. Now, Shonda Rhimes, if you don't know who she is the creator behind Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, like all that stuff on ABC, TGIT. It's a little change now with the lineup, but the TGIT that had all the stuff playing, like Shonda Rhimes is the creator. She has a whole Shondaland world. I think she has a deal now with Hulu or Netflix, whichever one. But that's my virtual mentor, my virtual BFF, right? Because I love everything that she does. And I don't know if I want to write movies or whatever, but like I'm a writer too, so that's why she is my virtual BFF, virtual mentor. So I left a spot on my board on the opposite side of Oprah for Shonda Rhimes. But I could not find a picture that was small enough to go in the spot that I had left. You have to watch my video for how to create your vision board, or my vision board for 2020. That comes out tomorrow, to see what I'm talking about, because I took a picture with the spot that was left. So that was a spot that I had left for Shonda Rhimes. I kept looking in all my magazines, could not find a picture of her that was small enough to fit in the spot, right? So I kept looking. I looked in all the ones on the table. I looked in my Essence and my Oprah magazines, because I don't look. I have my vision board party every year, right? But I don't cut those magazines. I don't cut Essence. I don't cut Ebony. I don't cut Jet. I still have some old Jet magazine. I don't cut those because there's still things in there that I still go back and read, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm bite the bullet and I'm gonna start looking in these magazines because I know I should find a picture of Shonda Rhimes. Started looking, could not find a picture that was small enough of Shonda Rhimes that would fit in the spot that I had left on my board. But something, I would say, in the universe, or in the back of my mind, kept saying Taraji P. Henson, Taraji. So I'm like, okay, I'm not putting Taraji on my board because I'm looking for a picture of Shonda Rhimes. But everywhere I look, I'm seeing Taraji, right? Because she's on the cover of a lot of these magazines. I'm like, I don't know why universe is telling me about Taraji. I'm looking for a picture of Shonda Rhimes. Go through all the magazines that are downstairs. I'm like, I can't find a picture. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and print out the pictures that I needed, because I needed other pictures for my board. Because like I said, you're not going to find everything that you want in the magazines. So somewhat like quotes that I wanted, and then I needed a specific picture of the YouTube button that I wanted to go on my board. And I know I wasn't going to find those in magazines, so I had to print them out myself, put them in a Word document and print them out myself. So I did that. I went on my computer, put the rest of the stuff that I needed for my board, printed it out, and went upstairs, right? So I'm finishing my board now. I went upstairs. I'm like, I can't find the picture of Shonda Rhimes that I need, but I'm just going to go ahead and finish my board with all the other stuff that I needed. Went upstairs, grabbed the pictures that I printed off of the printer, and I'm walking back out the room. Now, in the middle of my room, there is a table, a magazine table. It's like 3 different shelves of magazines. Like I said, again, it's like my Essence, some old Ebony's. Like, these are old magazines. It was like from 2008, 2009. So you know what? Let me look in these, because I might find a picture of Shonda Rhimes. I'm like, I don't know if it goes back as far as 2008, if she was that popular then, or if she was like speaking to media then. But maybe I'll find a picture, right? I started looking in the magazines at the top. And I started to feel like I was procrastinating going to finish my board by doing all this stuff, right? So I'm like, I started looking in the magazine. I'm like, if I don't find it, I'm done. I'm just going to go finish my board. I started looking in the magazine on the top, couldn't find it. So I'm getting ready to walk out the room. It's like, you know what? I'm going to look in one more magazine, and maybe I'll find it in this one. So instead of the top shelf, I go to the second shelf. Lo and behold, who's on the cover of the magazine on the shelf that I'm about to pick out? Taraji P. Henson. So I'm like, why is the universe keep making me recognize Taraji one and keep showing me things Taraji. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe there is a picture of Shonda Rhimes in this magazine that has Taraji on the cover, and I have the magazine here. Let me flip right quick. So this magazine was on the top, on the second shelf. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I find a picture of Shonda in this magazine, right? So I started digging through the magazine, and there was a picture of Shonda Rhimes in the magazine. It was not the perfect size. I'm trying to find it now. It was not the perfect size, but I'm like, you know what? I have to see how I can make it work. Maybe I have to move some stuff around on my board, and I will be able to make it work. And now, of course, as I'm looking through the magazine, I can't find it. Right? So I'm like, I'm going to figure out how to make it work. But something in the back of my mind is still saying Taraji. I'm like, but I'm not looking for Taraji to go on my board, right? I want to put Shonda Rhimes on my board. So here it is. So this is a page that I found. I did find a picture of Shonda Rhimes in the magazine that had Taraji on the cover, like all my kids' stuff on the floor. But I did find a picture of Shonda Rhimes, but something in my mind still was saying Taraji, right? So I looked through the magazine somewhere. I'm like, okay, I found my picture of Shonda Rhimes. Let me head downstairs. But something still told me, you know what? I still need to be looking for Taraji. So I flipped through it, and I found the article that was basically the cover article with Taraji and Viola. So I'm like, okay. I'm still not trying to put Taraji on my board because I said I left one spot for Shonda Rhimes. That's what I'm putting on my board, right? So I come across this picture that has Taraji in this beautiful green dress. Green is one of my favorite colors. And a quote. And I'm like, geez, maybe this is why the universe keeps telling me Taraji. And I'm going to show you the board at the end. But it had this quote right next to Taraji. And I'm like, damn, maybe I'm supposed to put this on my board instead of the picture that Shonda Rhimes is, a picture of Shonda Rhimes that I'm looking for, right? So I'm like, I don't know. So I came downstairs with the book. I took my pictures. I said, you know what? I'm going to finish my board. Came all the way downstairs. I hadn't made up my mind whether or not I'm going to use the picture of Taraji or Shonda. But I'm like, I'm going to need to finish my board. So I got downstairs. So I'm like, I'm looking at the two pictures. I'm like, there's no space on my board for this picture of Taraji because it's like a full-length picture with her standing on some steps in the dress with the quote right next to her, right? So I'm like, there's no way this is going to fit on my board. But I said, you know what? Let me pull out the picture anyway. Now, like I said in the beginning, my board was not glued down. It was laid out, but it wasn't glued down. So I pulled out the picture of the magazine, and there was like a little whoosh, right? And I wasn't really much paying attention to it. I just felt like the little breeze, but I wasn't paying attention to it at the time. But then afterwards, I'm like, wait, is that what happened? So I pull out the picture. I look at my board. There's like an empty spot in the right hand corner of my board. I'm like, wait a minute, I know I put pictures here. Where is the stuff that was there? But I'm like, wait a minute. And then I started to really think. I just said, I don't have any space to put this Taraji picture on my board. And after I said that, I pulled out the picture, and lo and behold, there's a spot in the bottom right hand corner on my board. So I look on the floor, and there are the pictures that I had for the bottom right hand corner. They just fell on the floor. Like the universe says, you know what? I just made this space for Taraji on your board that you just said didn't have any space. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to look at the Shonda Rhimes picture again because the universe is clearly trying to tell me, first of all, I need to put Taraji P. Henson on my board, 1. And 2, this is the spot. Like, it just made the spot for it. Like, I didn't even look at the pictures that fell. I picked them up and I put them in the bin with the other ones. And I'm like, you know what? This is just all too coincidental. It's been telling me Taraji the whole time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and listen and put this cutout with Taraji P. Henson on my board, and I'm gonna show you. So this was the cutout, and this is the corner. So I had this spot had like some quotes that I was gonna put right here. I think it was more to do with financial stuff. Like I had them all right here, and when I pulled out the page with Taraji, they blew on the floor, and this spot was just like open, right? So this is the picture that I'm talking about, and it said, and that's why I said I had to pick this one. This is what I was meant to do. So this is, I guess, the reason why I had to put this one on my board. Because it said, this is what I was meant to do. And I'm like, yeah, apparently I was meant to put her on my board instead of Shonda Rhimes. So this is the final vision board that I did. And if I turn it sideways, of course, Facebook Live is going to tell me that I cannot turn my camera sideways. But if you want to see the my vision board as I talk about all the different stuff on my vision board, check out my YouTube channel, because I'm going to post that video tomorrow. That should be posted tomorrow. But that's my final vision board project for 2020. And I just want to tell you, when the universe is trying to tell you something, or when God is trying to tell you something, you need to listen. Because clearly he did not want me to put Shonda Rhimes on my board. Not that I still don't love Shonda Rhimes. Like, she's still my virtual BFF / virtual mentor, but she just doesn't have a spot on my board this year, and that's okay, because now we got Taraji and that quote, this is what I was meant to do, which means that's who I was meant to put on my board. And you know, when the universe speaks, you listen. So I listened. So tomorrow you should get the video on how to create your vision board for 2020. I'll show you mine. I'll show you the people who came to my vision board party. I'll show you the videos that they created. Yeah, and just when the universe is trying to tell you something, you probably need to listen. And so I listened. I think that's it. That's all I wanted to share in the live, because I'm doing most of how to create your vision board in the video for tomorrow. And then I'll walk you through all the different things that are actually on my board. So if you have not created your vision board for 2020, I suggest you go out there and get your board and get the stuff that you want to put on it. If you don't have like the magazines and stuff, like I said, you can print out the things that you want. You don't always have to find everything in a magazine. If you have stuff that you can print out, if you have specific quotes that you want, you can print it out. If you have specific people that you want to put on your board, you can print out a picture of them. You can even put a picture of yourself, right? So I think a couple years back, I think I probably posted a picture of myself when I was younger at a weight that I liked. I posted it on my board. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be like just magazines. It can be personal pictures of yourself, or you just print out stuff that you want from the internet or on your computer. So that's it. This is my vision board for 2020. I'll talk about it in the video for tomorrow. I'll share with you guys the vision boards of the other people who created their vision board in the session that we have. I'm just waiting on a few people to send me their final pictures, because some people still had some stuff to do when they went home. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll drop a link once I upload the video tomorrow on how to create your vision board and what my vision board means for 2020. All right, you guys, I'm going to finish drinking this coffee while he is still asleep, and I'm going to get some work done.